Ha! Welcome to Thunder Nerds. I'm Brian Hinton.
I'm Janelle Pizarro.
And I'm Frederick Philip Von Weiss. And thank you for consuming the Thunder Nerds, a conversation with the people behind the technology
That love what they do.
And do tech good.
We're doing tech here at the DevFest Florida 2019.
In Orlando.
Yeah, this is our second year, I think, helping out DevFest, and we're so excited and honored to be here. We're really happy to be part of the whole experience and talk to all the guests today. And speaking of which, we have with us as our first guest, we have Santosh. Hurry, how you doing, Santosh?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Fantastic.
Amazing.
A little bit better than excellent. Just skosh. Man, Santosh, thank you so much for joining us. We're really happy to have you, man. If you mind just giving us a little bit of context and telling our audience kind of who you are, what you do.
Sure. So my day job is I'm an Azure consultant at a local company called Nebbia. And we are a Microsoft partner. So I'm a Microsoft stack guy at a Google conference. No, not at all.
People look at you funny?
I feel like I'm representing them. What's the sign?
What's new hotness and signs?
Yeah,
Nice.
What's the sign? Yeah,
I could do blood.
Yeah.
Oh, I can do poop.
You can do poop. I can do blood.
Okay.
Blood, perfect.
Yeah!
That's what people call us
Oh,
when they see us. There goes poop and blood.
This started off.
Look at what you did.
Okay.
We're the worst.
Good start.
I'll just go.
Hashtag poop and blood.
Gang sign.
I'll just do love. Love for everyone.
love.
Yeah. Holy fuck! How did we get on this topic? But yeah. So how long have you been doing that?
So I have been there for the past 6 months. So before that, I did startups for close to a decade. And,
Oh wow!
Yeah, and every single one of them failed. So that's my claim to fame.
Going in strong. Cool. So,
I'm also a Microsoft Azure MVP. So again, a Microsoft Azure guy at a Google Cloud conference.
So you're going to get all Googled up? Or are you going to be
I do. I would
certified?
like to have some cross-pollination of the ideas. So
You can have all the acronyms after your name.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you mean the GDE?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe.
Next year.
Maybe next year. Yeah. But I think I keep pretty busy between that and also organizer of the Orlando.NET user group.
Oh, tell us about that. What is that?
Okay, so Orlando.NET user group is a monthly meetup for .NET developers, and we have been around since 2001. So it's probably the longest running tech group in this area, if I'm not mistaken. We have had this event called the Orlando Codecamp, which is an annual event. And
Awesome.
So it's a free code camp.
Any language, doesn't matter what you're doing, you just come in, or you have to be .NET?
So interestingly, yes, it used to be .NET only until 2012 or something of that sort. And then before Microsoft went all open source friendly, we went open source friendly back in 2013, I think. So
cool.
So we've been pretty much open to any stack. You don't have to be a tech speaker, like you don't have to write code. You can come and give talks on soft skills and
cool.
Business if anyone wants to run a business. So interestingly, the speaker submissions closed last night. But if anyone is listening to this podcast and they want to speak, they can shoot me an email or reach out to me.
And what's your Twitter handle and your email for people to contact?
Okay, so my Twitter handle is it's kind of complicated, but I couldn't find anything because apparently my name is a common Indian name. I don't know.
We'll put a link in the show notes too. But go ahead.
So it's _S_Hari. That's my Twitter handle, HARI.
Okay.
And my email is my first name Santosh at onetug, ONETUG.org. So feel free to reach out to me if you still want to speak. I'll try to fit you guys in. So.
That's amazing.
Awesome. And we'll have links to all that in the show notes, everybody.
And who specifically are you looking for right now? If they were to apply kind of like on the side.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyone.
Yes.
Yes. Like anyone.
Yes.
Humans.
Yes.
Are you a humanoid?
Are you interested in tech? If that's a yes, then you should. Or if you're interested in humans, I guess. Yeah, just don't be a jerk.
But that's interesting. Are there any kind of topics that you're looking to perhaps have there? Like, you know what, I'd really like to cover X.
Yeah.
We have plenty of technology topics, so maybe something more about how to run open source projects. That would be a nice talk. I mean, I haven't seen any submissions that talk about running open source projects, so I would love to hear about that. And I'm sure that many developers would love to. Running your own business, and anything to help you technology people cope with day-to-day grind of technology. So
stuff like that's always great. And like also trying to help promote the community. Like people I find when I go to these things, I don't hear enough about people talking about ways to empower our own community to help get the word out about technology and then different things that they could do.
Right. And so the event itself is free. So anyone can attend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just sign up on the Orlando Codecamp.com website and feel free. You can attend.
And where is it?
It's in Seminole State College up in Sanford, and we do that because Seminole State is gracious enough to host us. They've been doing it for the past almost decade.
Awesome.
And
thanks.
And because they host it, we don't have to pay venue fees, so we can make it free to all attendees.
Wow.
Nice.
Thank you, Seminole State College. You're
and
amazing.
of course, the sponsors, all the tech companies that sponsor the event, they make it possible too. So
I feel like conferences are very much like PBS commercials. They're like brought to you by, viewers like you, right? Like it's amazing. I love it. So you're going to be talking about something really, really cool and a lot of new hotness items today. So we're thinking NoSQL. What is your kind of like topic and what are you going to talk about?
Okay.
And when too.
Yeah.
Oh, when? Good
All
question. I think my talk is
it's right now.
You're at 3:50 today.
3:50 to 4:30, I think is when my talk is. It's basically an introduction to NoSQL, but I have tried to come up with a theme for it. So the theme for it is that there's NoSQL databases, and you want to learn what it is. You want to learn the different types of NoSQL database because there's a lot of confusing terms out there. What is the CAP theorem? Is it Captain America somehow involved with it?
That'd be weird.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I may have a slide out doing that about that. But and what are the basics? What are different types? You hear about MongoDB, Redis, and graph databases, and I'll try to cover these. Even though it's a 30-minute talk, I will try to give a quick overview into every single one of those. And finally, I want to talk about the fact that if you're attending my talk, it's an introduction to NoSQL, but you also have the power to influence certain decisions within your company. Maybe you can throw up a red flag, so you may have that kind of power within your company. If you see anyone hosting NoSQL instance on their own instead of using a managed or cloud-based provider, just throw up your hands and yell. We don't want to be on the news for the wrong reasons. You want to be on the news for the right reasons, but most likely when tech these days shows up in the news, it's for the wrong reasons. So you don't want to be in the news for, getting, 100 million email or user accounts hacked or anything like that. So I will be talking about why you should probably not host it and go with a managed provider or a cloud-based, and how to pick one of those if you want to go with this.
So how to stifle the pride a little bit.
Yeah.
That's a good way to say it.
Work smart.
How not to reinvent the wheel. because we love to do that. And
Yeah.
Developers like to do that. Like, oh, I can just host it and manage it myself.
Yeah, it'll take 3 days.
And it does take 3 days, but then 3 years later, you end up in the news, and it's like, oh, find it out again.
So, what brought you to DevFest, especially as a Microsoft person? What brought you to a Google conference? Like, why did you decide, hey, I'm going to talk here? You just pounce on it. You're like, oh, there's a conference. I want to talk at that one.
Okay, so the Google Developer Group people in Orlando have been really communicative, and so we kind of talk to each other and talk to Michael and.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So we were talking, and he was like, "Hey, we're holding a conference. Why don't you advertise this to your user group?" And I looked at it, and I was like, "Oh, great! John Papa is talking. He's a Microsoft guy. If he can talk, so can I." So,
good point.
I love it.
So I decided to submit, and initially I did a very specific talk on a particular NoSQL platform called Cosmos, which is in Azure.
Well, don't tease us about what you were going to do.
So I decided to switch it, and I'm going more generic with a broader NoSQL talk and talking about the basics so people can benefit from that, even if you've never heard of it before.
What is NoSQL is actually? Actually, if someone has no idea what you're talking about, like, what is it?
And this does say that it's for a beginner level as your talk. So
right.
I imagine you're going to break it down.
I am going to break it down in depth. So NoSQL is a database, which means you store data in it. However, when you store data, if you have previously worked with data systems, you use tables and primary key, foreign key.
Yeah.
And you normalize your data and you say it's relational. So in this one, you can basically take any kind of data and just throw it into the database, and it stores it as a JSON document. So I can have in the same database, I can have like a person record and I can have a company record, and there's no schema. So it's schema agnostic. That's one of the terms I'll be introducing in the talk. So it's basically designed to hold large amounts of data. So that's the appeal of NoSQL is it's designed to hold large amounts of data, and all the big data systems, all the big data implementations you hear have some kind of NoSQL running in the background. So
I'm sure there's some big security implications here too, right?
Right. So and that's one of the things I will be talking about is when you have a NoSQL cluster, basically what you do is instead of storing all the data on one machine, you store it on 100 or 1,000 or million machines. So now when you do that, it's called distributed, right?
Yeah.
And so it's governed by certain kind of principles when you do distributed systems, but it becomes it increases your security risks because it increases the surface area of your attacks. So instead of protecting one machine, you're protecting a million machines. So do you really want to be doing that? That's something that people should be thinking about before they jump in and say, "Oh, I'm going to host my own Mongo cluster." Guess what? I'll be showing in my talk headlines from the past 3 months, not the past year, but the past 3 months that have millions of records that have gotten exposed from unsecured Mongo instances.
What's one of the biggest ones?
66 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this is an easy sell, isn't it? Or is it more one of those things where you have to really help explain what goes into it, help do a lot more kind of education before you could make that easy sell of just based on security alone?
So security should be an easy sell, but people who are doing it a certain way don't want to change. So it is, to me, the technology is the easy sell. Humans are the hardest sell. So I'm trying to plant the seed in people's mind that this, you should be thinking about this. So if one person takes that out of this talk and they go and somehow spread the gospel to speak of, I would consider my job done.
Let me ask you, where, a little off topic, on topic, where were you when you decided you wanted to become a developer?
Good question.
The exact location. Were you eating?
I don't know. I was probably
Was it a
like
bagel?
climbing a tree or something. And
No.
no, I'm just kidding. I know. I've always wanted to be a developer, as far as not necessarily a developer. I wanted to do
Work in
some
tech.
kind of work in tech, some kind of. Although now that I think about it, I wanted to build robots.
Ooh.
So I never ended up building robots, but that's fine. I somehow
Could be in the future.
I can still do that. Yes. I guess I watched shows as a kid that involved robots, and I wanted to build robots. So
Please tell me it wasn't Terminator, because that'll make me worry.
no comment.
I
don't know. I don't know. I was allowed to watch Terminator
Johnny
as a kid.
5.
Oh yeah, Short Circuit.
Do you remember Short Circuit?
Johnny 5
Short
Alive.
Circuit.
Yeah, I
Short
love
Circuit
that
might
one.
be one of those movies. Yes.
For
Although
Good-
no, I can tell you exactly which one it is. It was a Japanese show
Akira.
dubbed in English. It was called Johnny Sacco and his flying robot.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So it's
put a link to that in the
really,
show notes,
really
too.
awesome show, by the way. I highly recommend, if you haven't watched it, you should watch it. There's this kid who discovers a robot and he can control it with his watch. So
Wow.
it's like way ahead of his times.
Wow.
He had smartwatch controlling robots, and
Jeez.
so, yeah, it was pretty awesome. So I
So it's
guess-
like IoT for sure.
I know.
Yeah, it's very,
Really
very
good.
Inspector Gadget.
Yeah.
Well, Inspector Gadget, Penny had a smartwatch. She had a
Oh,
laptop.
Oh yeah,
She had
yeah,
an
yeah,
iPad.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. He
Although-
had a self-driving car.
The origin of all modern
they could
technology.
Now,
Inspector
self-driving
Gadget, yeah.
cars. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
They could never build a flying robot in that show, and
Done.
this was a flying robot that was like 50 foot tall, and it could beat up kaiju monsters. So,
Dadgum, I want that.
yeah, I know. It's like
Those come up like every Thursday. For
Every morning on my way to work, I get one of those monsters.
the
I just
worst.
want it for the commute. It can fly. I just like,
Oh yeah, right.
oh
let
yeah,
me get my giant flying robot.
Just walk over that Tampa bridge, like done.
Is there anybody that you're interested in seeing today?
So I actually wanted to watch the keynote by Nithya because it talks about personal care,
Yeah.
and that's personal care for developers. Self-care
Oh, nice.
for developers. So I think that
Drink less
developers-
Mountain Dew, less coffee, sleep.
drink tea.
This, me too.
This
me
is
too.
not whiskey.
Hit us up for sponsorship,
Cheers,
Mountain
Cheers,
Dew.
cheers for tea. Exactly. Yeah, I wanted to definitely do that one.
Nice.
And there's a couple of talks in there about AI. I think my friend Say was talking about AI.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah, I would like to, or I don't remember the exact name of the topic, but I'd definitely love to learn more about that. But I think the personal or self-care for developers is something that I've started to realize is important in the past year. Like, we as a community have this culture or hustle culture.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
So
You must
it's
have
like
10 side projects.
Yeah, it's like
2 of them must end up being startups.
Keep Slack on all the time.
exactly. It's called hustle porn. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, I worked till 8:30 last night, and I'm back in office at 5 a.m. So yeah,
I feel a lot of time like it's a competition too, where
Yep.
people talk about it where like, oh, I'm so awesome. I don't sleep all the time. My name's Brian. I work until
Went to bed at 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
Yep. Got up at 4.
Let that be shown on the record.
Got up at 4.
But no, I mean,
Yeah, the driver.
all jokes aside, like there's a lot
Yeah.
of people that
It
they
is
say like,
important.
I sleep 4 hours. I do this. Why don't you do this? And it's not about. None of this is about a competition. It's about you do you
Yeah.
do you the best you can do. And we all as people contribute, and we all help each other out. Life is not a competition.
To be fair, too, if people do that and you're happy and you're healthy, go ahead. But I mean, don't feel the need that you have to do that in order to succeed.
You don't have to kill yourself.
Don't impose peer pressure on
Yeah.
peers.
Yeah.
And, kind of force them into doing it by using peer pressure.
Exactly.
So,
Well said.
Yeah, I definitely think that's like true too of like
Sounds like you
brick
could
and
do this
mortars, right?
Yeah, brick and mortars are like that. Yeah.
Yeah, you should do a talk like that, and then maybe next year you should maybe see about getting her at your conference.
Yeah.
Actually, yes, I am doing one on burnout.
Oh, awesome!
Done.
Yes. So
When is it?
March 30th. It's Orlando Codecamp. So
Great.
One of the submissions that I have put in is for myself, and I'm doing one on developer burnout and the different ways in which we can.
So many ways.
Yeah, and there's so many different ways. You just think it's working long hours. No, it's like if you work on a job for 10 years, you can get burnt out. Ask me. And it's like if you're if you constantly get interrupted at work, that causes burnout is basically the fact that you have certain amount of willpower and resources. The more taxing it is in different areas. Now it could be something as simple as TPS reports. If you have people doing TPS
Classic
reports,
movie, Office Space.
exactly, that can cause burnout. So anyway, I am going to be talking on it. It is a topic that I feel strongly about.
Yeah, it's important for sure.
Yeah, if you don't have balance, what's the point of any of it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that again, we want to kind of encourage people to encourage each other and to take care of themselves.
Yes,
that's very important.
Yeah, excellent.
Love yourself.
Yeah. Well, anybody else got some?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, great. Well, hey, Santosh, thank you so much. Really appreciate you coming on the
Thank you.
show. And
Fantastic talk with you.
yeah, we're all excited to hear you today. 3:30 to 4:30, you get to hear Santosh speak. So if you're gonna make it, come on down. If you're still at home and you're watching, I don't know what you're doing. Get down here.
It's only a short drive.
Yeah, and if you need a discount on the ticket, go to thundernerds.io/DevFest, and you can get 25% off. So you
Bring your friends.
Yeah.
Bring a bunch of friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks everybody, and stay tuned. We got Joey Davila at 10:30.
Thank you.